My long-awaited book, Astrology Realized, is finally available and waiting for you at Amazon and other online retailers. Get one for you, your loved one, or as a gift, all part of your fabulous journey to understanding astrology. Enjoy. Hello, fabulous friends and fans. Welcome to your horoscope for the week of November 3rd, 2013. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. The week starts with a very important and powerful solar eclipse, a total solar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio. Now, I spoke about this eclipse at length for all signs in the monthly horoscopes. It is that important an energy. And I do think that this week it will be the dominant energy. It will be the dominant area of life where we are receiving lessons and blessings and new starts for all of us. So I do encourage you to watch the November horoscopes once again for your sign. What we also have this week is Venus moving into the sign of Capricorn for an unusually long stay. And where this spoke to you in your chart, where it was important for the signs out there, I did focus on it for the 2014 love year ahead horoscope, so you can watch those as well. What I do want to focus on this week, though, is the stuff that is more pertinent to the week. And I do think that one of those things, even though we're seeing a lot of reoccurrences and reemergences of lessons, and even though the things that present themselves now are likely to be with us throughout the month, still, there are some unique occurrences that take place now as part of a continuation, and one of those has to do with the sun meeting Saturn in the sky, so adding potency to the very recent, it's just a few days after the solar eclipse, adding even more potency to the eclipse that takes place this weekend. And so whatever comes up for us this weekend, whatever themes I discussed in the November video, you can expect them to take a further step or further solidify themselves, or at least give you a reality check into what is actually the situation with whatever comes up, and give you a certain groundedness by the time we get to the middle of the week. What we also have towards the end of the week is Mercury speaking with Neptune once again. So right now Mercury is retrograde, going backwards, and is dancing with different planets in the sky. In particular, has been dancing with Saturn, with Pluto, and with Neptune, and Jupiter for that matter, in the sky. And so this week we've got Mercury speaking in harmony with Neptune. And so whatever transpires, whatever changes seem to be coming up, we seem to like them by the time the week is ending. So if there are any surprises, any quick turns of events in the beginning of the week, just roll with it, because it does look like by the time we get to the end of the week, all of us are feeling very inspired, feeling very hopeful, feeling like amazing turnarounds are possible, and feeling like our dreams are within grasp. How this speaks to you in your sign is coming up right now. Aries, it does look like financial talks are continuing. Finances and money becomes increasingly available to you. And it does look like the possibility of you getting some funding could just show up in the most miraculous sense. And it looks very much like a blessing. Now, if you just hear some good news, don't automatically assume you have it, okay? It is going to be important for you to take the news that you have and actually back it up with action. But I think one of your really big life lessons is to trust the impetus that you feel and to back it up with action. And so that life lesson is still with you now and will continue to be. And if you can trust that, and if you can follow that, merge that with the opportunities now, you could find yourself with a lot of financial blessings as the week progresses. For Taurus out there, this week does look like a time when relationships are getting a real hard dose of reality. Love is getting a hard dose of reality, and yet you like it. So it looks like the changes that are taking place, you're vibing with them, you're flowing with them, and especially as we get you further into the week, it looks like you make a very nice connection, whether you are attached or single. A conversation, a communication takes place that certainly fills your heart with a lot of hope and a lot of possibility as to what's ahead. Geminis are going to find that this week brings a focus towards the work environment. In particular, I am seeing that females are playing a part in helping you to understand that your dreams are available to you and dreams are possible for you. Now, some of you are going to find that it's dreams within the work environment. So if you want to make progress there, But I think the more likely scenario is those of you who are in a day job of sorts are going to find that there is support there, that there are people in your environment who believe in you, who believe that you can still achieve the things you desire to in another realm, in another work, and who believe that where you are right now isn't necessarily where you are going to be and that you are headed to great places, which you certainly are. Cancers are going to find an overall fun week. But also what I do think is that your inner child, your inner kid is being awakened. So these are themes that have been with you now for the last little while and are going to continue. I think that there's a very strong integration taking place with these lessons of how to merge a greater sense of joy and fulfillment with the mundane, with what you're doing every day. But I think that you're navigating the lessons really well. And you're also understanding a sense of attraction, what attracts you, what excites you, what lights you up, and what maybe you think is lighting you up but isn't coming from a really genuine, grounded place within you. Well, you're getting those distinctions now, and these are very valuable lessons that will stay with you for a very long time. Leos, this week your attention is at home and the changes happening on home front. And I do think that whatever has been in the past little while, because it does look like there may be some energy of uncertainty or disappointment that might have been there. I do think that this week you start to see the opportunity. You start to see how, because of what's changed, a lot is now available to you that wasn't before. So there is a sense of acceptance, a sense of gratitude, but also a sense of anticipation as to what's next as a result of what has changed. A lot of your focus is going to be on the home front and what's changing there, what's changing with relationships with your parents, with your past, and actually where you live as well. There's likely to be a significant change there in your environment. And even if it seemed not so good, especially last week or at the beginning of the week, towards the end of the week, there's a lot of reason for hope and a lot of reason to look forward. For Virgos out there, I do think that you are talking. There's lots of communication happening. I think that at least one communication isn't going to go as you expect, not in the best sense. However, other communications are going to go even better than anything you could have planned, better than anything you expect. And it does look like at least one moment feels touched by magic that seems to arise rather randomly and does touch you very deeply in the heart and does make you feel understood. It makes you feel like other people have genuine compassion for you. And there is an element here of feeling closer to the one you love. So whether this moment makes you believe in love again or makes you feel closer to the one that you love or just helps you to feel more loved, all of that is available to you now. And certainly it is words that bring the most healing. Libras out there are going to find that there's a very strong financial focus this week, and this is good. This is not a bad thing. Actually, I do think that there is the possibility for financial progress that reveals itself, in some cases rather suddenly, but in other cases rather subtly, and in a way that just really makes you believe that prosperity is available to you, and it certainly is. There's a lot of progress to be made right now, financially speaking especially. It is going to involve that you trust a lot of the omens and a lot of the changes that are happening, because while it may look like in the beginning that things are sort of scrambling and out of your control, they're actually moving very much to your advantage, as you will find as the week progresses. Scorpio, so you really are the star of the universe right now. A lot of energy and activity is taking place in your sign over the course of this week, which means it is your identity that's shifting. It is what's close to the heart that's shifting for you, how you see yourself, what matters to you most. That is what's shifting. And when these things do shift, it tends to be reflected in every area of life. So I wouldn't be surprised if sweeping changes come in, but it does look like a matter very close to the heart is set to be reborn, is set to start again, and you are set to make a brand new start. And by the time we get to the end of the week, your fears start to pass, the uncertainty starts to pass, and you just believe. And that belief forms the seeds for a very powerful cycle ahead. For Sagittarius out there, a lot of the energy this week is very quiet, is very introverted, is very close to the surface, but doesn't quite come out yet. And that's okay. You can welcome that. You are going to notice this week, as Venus leaves your sign and enters the sign of Capricorn, a shift is going to take place, at least financially, where it just looks like Money seems easier to come by, and also you're more willing to spend. You're feeling a little bit more generous as well. And this really is the flow of life. This is the circulation of energy that you are entering. So even with the stuff you can't put words to, just let them be there, because it does look like your faith is increasing. And more than anything, it's just a feeling. It's a feeling that you're going to be okay, and that you're guided, and that you're loved, which you certainly are. And at the same time, you're welcoming greater financial blessings slowly but surely. And that should add a lot of beauty to your life. For Capricorns out there, Venus is entering your sign. I've been talking to you about this so much in the 2014 videos and the monthly videos, especially the love videos. And so you are going to want to have a look at that, because the things that start for you now and really kick into high gear towards the end of the month and into next are going to be with you for quite a few months. You've got a lot of learning to do, and this is very exciting. But this week, it just starts very pleasantly, so you can be open to that. It does look like there's just a very nice energy. There's changes happening. Friends are really there for you. Friendships are changing, which is also very nice. And you're just feeling loved and beautiful all around. And especially once we get you towards the end of the week, I really like that time for you, because it does look like you're talking, you're sharing, you're enjoying your time with people that you care about. You're meeting new people as well, or reconnecting with people from the past. And all of this is bringing a lot of awareness to your life, and it's bringing a lot of magic to your life as well. I wouldn't be surprised if a friend facilitates a near miracle for you this week. For Aquarians out there, this week does suggest career focus, career progress. But when I look at the part of the sky that's really lit up for you, there is a financial element to this, certainly. But more than anything, it looks like you're just getting clear on where you want to go in life. And this is big. Now, Aquarians do tend to think very big picture. They tend to look very high. And so this is really great. You're very futuristic for that reason. And so this week should feel quite nice for you. It should feel like, in one sense, you are starting fresh. But in another sense, you're just understanding what really matters in life, what you're going to put your attention on, and what you are really going for in terms of what you are building and what your legacy is going to be, what really matters to you. And I think some of you are going to surprise yourself at how different the answer is now than it was just a short year ago. But it really does match and come into alignment with the changes that you've been going through, the changes to your priorities, and the changes to your understanding as to what really matters in life. You are evolving, and this is very good. It makes you very happy. And finally, Pisces. It is Neptune still moving through your sign, getting a boost from Mercury. And I really like this energy for you, because it does suggest to me that you are gaining clarity, mental clarity, and especially clarity as to your vision. What are you aiming for? What are you going for? But this is different than, a really big sense of the word. This is more about you sort of understanding your beliefs, understanding your spiritual foundation, understanding the vision that you have for your life and how it's grounded in what you believe, understanding your truth and how that facilitates your self-concept, and also aligning where you're going with a deeper philosophy and a deeper sense of mission. I do think that there's likely to be at least one conversation, likely with someone from a very different background than your own, who helps you to come to this understanding, who helps you to get this clarity that you need to understand where your faith is, what you can believe in, and how where you are right now is a great place to be to get to where it is that you most desire to go. Well, thank you so much for watching. As always, you can connect with me here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. I'm all over the web. And of course, my website, nadiyashah.com. It'll be a great week. Enjoy. Thank you for watching. It'll be a great month. Be fabulous and enjoy.